Good morning. I'm going to try to talk really low because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, I had 2 dreams last night that really put me onto something I hadn't really thought of. Those of you who grow plants, I'm all about people. I'm not plant people, I'm people. And I know that when things are growing, it's not the big, huge things that make a difference. It's the little tiny things. So I was in this dream, and my boys had been in this new house I had, and it was huge. And I was so excited. My boys were with me, and they had their own rooms. Wow, that's cool. And anyways, so during the course of the night, I guess they got up and left, and then I was left by myself, or so I thought. And then I hear this breathing, and I was like, someone else is in the house with me? And I get up to look, and sure enough, there's somebody in this bed, and I was like, huh. But then, this is what cracks me up. Mama God, Holy Spirit leads me over to the bed. The person is just dead asleep. And she's telling me who the person is. And I said, you are kidding me. She said, no, I'm serious. And I was like, for real? She woke her up. She turned around, looked at me, and she goes, oh, hey. And I was like, what? Okay, hold up. So this is my new house, and you're here. And she goes, oh, yeah, they said this was my room. And I said, oh, that's really cool. I said, because I'm renting it for $520 a month. Okay, 5 means ministry work, and 2 means difference choice. Okay, and then of course 10 is the fulfillment of the law. So you 10 times 10 is 100. It's perfect. Okay, so obviously we're in this new place where people have come to rest. My name means all truth. Have come to rest in truth. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. So I was telling her, she goes, is there anywhere to hang your clothes? And I was like, oh yeah, look at all these racks. Oh, okay, I've just been asleep, and I'm just now getting used to it. And I said, it's okay. So I came out of the dream, and I was thinking, is there something about her name? And Holy Spirit said, no, you don't have to look up her name. This has to do with people who never really had a choice in their growth process. They couldn't see the choice. They were more into going with the flow than they were about being fully available for the doors and windows that came to them. So this is really hard. This concept is really hard, but I think about how I had associative identity disorder and how I truly wasn't available for choices, but there was something on the inside of me that superseded all of the things that happened to me. And this voice on the inside said, nope, not you, nope, not you, nope, not you. And I just kept following. And I know that voice was the voice of love through Jesus, because when I came to know him, everything changed. My whole path was different, and I was like, I could no longer veer from left to right. I had to go exactly how he said. Even when the choices were so hard, it would cost me my life, my very life. So I just have a short little message for people. Oh, the second dream was another person who had lived a life completely void of fruit. And we got to, when I arrived in her room, I knew her truth, and it absolutely floored me. I was so sad. I wailed with tears of sorrow for her. Then I got up and said, I just saw in the spirit, baby feet. It's not too late for you to be fruitful. It never is. It never is. With Jesus, there is no time, no matter. There's no matter in love. So, for all of you who are waiting for the weapon to obliterate all the wrongdoing, all the wrong choices, everything, and then Jesus magically appear and enliven us to new, powerful lives. Yeah, that's a good scenario, but it's not going to happen. Because think about it. Is there anything at all that's changed about your soul? Is there anything that has caused you to go, I'm not really following him? Because he can't change that. Y'all don't understand how much he values choice. He values choice. So if he stands in front of you and you don't know, it says plainly in the Bible, you entertain angels unaware. If he stands in front of you and he makes you aware of a choice, and you refuse to leave the comfort of the life you've made for yourself, all he can do is let you go. And there are some of you who have doors and windows that have been opened by previous generations. And those doors have let in mind systems of fear that have ensnared the entire family. And if those windows and doors are not shut, how dare you ask Jesus for a blessing? Because that blessing will enliven that destruction. You have to close the windows and the doors. I'm sorry, if you're the responsible one, if you're the one who actually wants to follow Jesus and you want to be a person of love, you have to take responsibility unfairly for previous generations and close those windows and doors. Then say, Jesus, will you please lead? I will follow, and bless my comings and goings. And then he can do that. But if you're not willing to leave, for instance, this is just a real simple little thing. If it has been the practice of your family to spank your children, because that's the way of the South, or that's the way that we do things, that's the way we discipline children, then if Jesus brings you a beautiful child with a very soft, gentle, sweet spirit, and you continue to practice violence on your child because it's been done for generations. Oh, and I know people's going to hate me for this. That's how we do it, and that's the right way. Okay. Go on. Just go on. He can't help you. See, I knew this is how my family did for generations. And it's the one thing I regret. I wished I never would have paddled my little kids' bottom because they were so sweet and had such gentle, sweet spirits. And they're like, Mama, you never hurt us. And I was like, yeah, but I did. I did. Because if I would have let you develop normally without interruption, you would be different children. And I really wanted you to be those children. But I realized that all of the things that have happened to you have formed you the way you are. And I think you all are just the coolest kids I know. So it is what it is. But if you don't shut the door to violence in your family, love cannot be full. You have to shut the door to violence, and that means in word and in deed. They're in opposition to each other. Surely you know that. Jesus emptied himself while violence is being exacted on him. Violence is being filled. Violence is being filled while Jesus is being emptied. And that right there tells you you have to empty the violence from self in order to fully know love. And when you fully know love, the glory of God shines through you and pours out on others. It's a very simple concept. There is no magic. There is no magic that's going to free you from whatever pain and suffering you've got yourself into. As a matter of fact, when you have an unfruitful plant, the only way to save it is to cut it off at the root. You have to clean out the root system. And I'm sorry, but that's what Jesus is going to have to do to a bunch of yous. He did it to me. And it was not fun. It was excruciatingly painful. And just in this last 2 months has been the most hands down painful time of my life. Forget losing my house, forget losing my car, losing my kids, losing everything, my name, everything that I thought was humanly important to success, all gone. I lost it all. But no, hands down, the last 2 months digging into the root system has been so freaking hard. But I did it because I know that everything that comes to me is to grow me up, to experience the fullness of his love. And it is worth it. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Make a choice for pity's sake.